Howdy, 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 howdy. Ugh. Give me a good stretch in. Turn it down. Just a smidge. Alright, looks good. Looks good, looks good. Alright. So we have a couple more challenges that I would like to try and complete tonight. And then we can do some GOG farming. So I already ate me a meal. I forget who my next challenge is. So I know the last one I did was the Ebony Odegaron. Let's see who's next. Event quests. So that was my last one. So the next one is Gypceros. That won't phase me. Alright, so let's change our settings. Alright, so the next one we got is That Won't Phase Me on the road to Proof of a Hero. As we can see from the quest settings, max members ones, we're doing them solo. We're doing all of them solo. Only kill, no captures. Let's get into them. This is number 3 that we're doing. Still running the same build, the spread build. I just feel most comfortable with that one right now. Maybe once I get into some of the harder ones, I'll switch over to some of the like elemental builds and stuff. But for right now, I think this raw build is just perfectly fine. Let's do it. 8-star Tempered Gypceros. I want to try to get a sneak attack off, if I could. Yeah. Don't. I already completed my dailies. They were pretty easy. Just the typical, like, complete a couple quests, you know, in a certain area, defeat one of the apexes, you know, that kind of stuff. Gypceros is an interesting monster to me because, like, he doesn't really do anything that's that difficult to deal with except maybe his blind. But he's just really annoying to fight against because of that, like, all the poison and how he just, like, runs at you. So it just becomes more of like a nuisance than anything. Dodge that, or block it, I mean. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying too. Now I'm stunned. Thanks for the heal, Grim. It's a good hit right there on the tail. Yeah, I've already, even the first one was a double challenge with him, but I don't think that one, I think that one was frenzied. I don't think it was tempered. This one's tempered. The one that I had with the Nursilla. Ow. I thought he had a thing on his head there, or a wound. Yeah, I mean, the Gypceros fight overall, like, it's kind of eh. I feel like it probably could be a little bit better, but as a monster, I think he's kind of cool. Like, it's weird. Like some of the times I feel like his hitboxes might be a little bit weird from the times that I've faced him. Just in general, like when he does that and he just runs at you, like he just randomly spews out the poison stuff, like that just he's so derpy and that gets a little annoying, but at the same time, like, I mean, that's just the nature of his monster type, I guess you could say. A nice little hit there to the head. Yeah, you go. Attack him. Don't attack me. Let me shoot you. Good guard. He's running off now. Okay. So for some of these earlier ones, I think I might package 2 monsters per fight. Like I did, the very first one was the double fight of Gypceros and Ursula, the frenzied ones. So I think, and then the last one that I did the other night was the Guardian. I think it was a tempered Guardian Ebony Odegaron. So I might put that one with this one, and kind of call it a day when it comes to that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one more solo monster just to kind of see how it does. But damn it. Yeah, get fucked up. Got a couple tempered ones on him. No, dodge. Can we get some good deeps here with him on the ground? Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I fought Gypceros enough in non-solo that I don't think he's too bad. I mean, none of the monsters really are too crazy. Just once you get up to the higher ones, like especially the apexes, you know, they have so many one-shots. That's really the big issue, is you just have to worry about trying to not get one-shot. How'd I not like that right there? That's what I mean by the hitboxes. Like, I feel like I should have dodged under that, but at the same time I didn't. You know, like, it's just weird. But overall, Gypceros is still fun to fight. He's so derpy and whatnot that it's just kind of funny. He doesn't really have great hitboxes for ranged weapons. So using like a blast build might be pretty good with heavy bowgun if you feel like it. You know, because the blast ones ignore hit zones and everything like that. So maybe something like that would be good if they ever come out with stronger versions of him. Well, he hasn't played dead yet, but he's already skulled, so... There we go. Alright, that one was actually really, really easy. Not bad. So we're through three challenges so far on the road to proof of a hero, and we're still at 0 deaths. I like it. We'll be adding the death counter. I can't remember if I said in previous videos I will be adding a death counter as well to see how long it takes me to get through. But other than that, appreciate everybody watching. Do the stuff down below, YouTube stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right. Why is my sound so low? Feels like the game sound is really low. Even though it shouldn't be. that setting change on me somehow? Oh yeah, it's way low. All right. So how's our food looking? Still got 60 minutes left on that.
Yeah.
What's our next challenge? Meet at the heart of Wyveria. So that's gonna be our next one. So yeah, the first episode was this one. I'm gonna do these two for second and third episode, and then we'll have a lot of double ones after this. Only a few of them in Wounded Hollow, actually. Actually, there's a good amount in Wounded Hollow, believe it or not. Every Hunter's Dream is going to be interesting to try to do by myself, just because there's so many monsters, and same with this one with the Blangongas. But maybe it won't be too bad. Maybe it won't be too bad. But all right. All right, next up here we have the Meet at the Heart of Wyveria, where we have to kill Quematrice, and it looks like a Rathalos, both of them tempered. As we can see here, solo, it says only support hunters, but we have the max numbers on 1. This is challenge number 4. So we're still at 0 deaths as of right now. Once we get at least 1 death, I will start adding the death counter, I guess you would call it, onto it. Once we start getting some, because I have all these, they're coming. Like, I am nowhere close to a perfect player. I'm still very new to this game, this franchise, all that stuff. But we're slowly working through, There's a Guardian Rathalos. We're not fighting him right now. And there's a Gravios. Let's come take care of this tempered Quematrice. He shouldn't be too bad. Quematrice are one of the easier monsters in the game, in my opinion. Probably other than like Chatacabra, maybe Rompopolo, non-10 star. They're pretty easy. The Rathalos is gonna be will be the challenge though for sure. The tempered 8-star Rathalos. Ow. Get rid of this. I don't need to waste a null berry on that. Yeah, he's pretty good. Oh wow, that was actually pretty decent damage for him there. All right, let's heal up real quick. Oh, Grim's bringing me some heals. Attaboy. The problem with running range, especially solo range against a lot of these monsters, is just the simple fact that all they do is like there's nobody else to really take aggro for you. So that's a really big challenge where you have to deal with that. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to like, how'd that even hit me? Anyway, there's nobody really to take aggro. Oh wow. Okay, well, we got our insurance. Interesting. So the tempered one, I guess, just hits way harder. But luckily that doesn't count as a cart, thanks to our lovely Palico Grim the Dino over there. Tried to counter him there, but just took too damn long. There were some good deeps right there. Ah. Yeah, the flame part is the one that always kind of irks me in don't you run around the bugs? Yeah, there you go. Nice old DPS window here. That was it? Figured he would have been caught for longer than, what, 3 seconds? Good hits, good hits. But yeah, the tempered one definitely hits harder than the regular. Which by design, right? However, still not too terrible. I just kind of trolled there a little bit, to say the least. Ooh, that was a good smack there. We almost got him dead. Yeah, he's got really good hit zones. There's a few monsters that have really, really good hit zones for ranged. Can we get a sneak attack off? Or no? Nope. Just wake him up with a nice headshot there. He should be almost dead. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and carve him up. And we'll head on over there to Mr. Rathalos. Alright, he's not too far away, only 177. Alright, so just to recap, rules for the challenge, solo only, no support hunters, is number 1. Number 2 is going to be no insurance meal. Palico insurance is okay, but no insurance meal. Obviously, the max amount of carts, you know, that kind of thing. And at least on the 8 stars, I won't be going back to like refill my stuff and whatnot until I get a cart. I haven't decided with the 9 or 10s. I probably will do away with that one once I get to the 9 or 10s. But for right now, that's how I'm gonna do it. I also misspoke in one of the previous episodes. I said it was only going to be the 8, 9, or 10-star quests, event quests. So I am going to do all of those 9 and 10-star arch-tempered, like, optional quests. I forget the exact name of them. They called them, like, hunting exercises or something like that, I believe. I'm going to be doing all of those as well. So there is a few optional quests in there, but primarily it's going to be... it'll be primarily, you know, the, what do you call it? The event quests. Oh, he's roaring at us again. Ooh. Not bad so far. I was trying to hit that through him, but no dice there. I see, like, Rathalos is one too that he has one hit zone for range, and it's his head, which kind of sucks because the way he's flopping around all the time, it's kind of a pain. Heal up real quick. Go ahead and reload. I had a feeling he was gonna shoot that little fireball at me there. Maybe we can catch him in a trap. Hope we have, damn it. That was greedy. How'd that hit me? There we go. Got him in the trap. Not bad, not bad. Could use some more heals. Oh, he parried him. He parried him. Nice job, Grim. Nope. There's another trap back here. I'm guessing he set it up. Come on, come on. Oh, shit. All right, I guess it's moving to a new area. Or not. Palico's like, he's moving to a new area, and he flew 6 feet away. All right, we got some bombs. Oh, he's actually weak, but no captures allowed.
Set a bomb. Bomb set.
Oh yeah, he is big mad. Ooh, I almost dodged into that one. Now. There we go. Rah. Rah. We got him.
It looks like the monster dropped something.
We got him. That is challenge number 4, complete. Still no deaths, thanks to lovely insurance from Grim. Thank you guys so much for hanging, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right. Oh, we got a book. What is this book? Oh, well done steak recipe. I didn't know that was the thing. I mean, I knew you could do well done steaks, but I didn't know that like having a recipe like that was something. Well done steak strap. Not bad, not bad. All right, we're looking pretty good. All right. Oh, we got some stuff to pick up over here. All right, so we got 2 more done. I think that's good for today. Let's go do a little GOG farming. Not only do I need more money, but I need more GOG parts to reroll more weapons. Yippee! We still got 49 minutes left. Actually, let's see if there's any SOSs for it. Event quest. GOG Mesios. See what we got. Not doing a 10-star. See if I can join them. And it's full. Not a bad little group there. yeah, everything seemed to go good with the challenges so far. Not the best editor by any means, but you know, I make do. I make do. Thanks, Fabius. Okay, I thought he was doing the wind up one where he spins. Here it comes. Ah! Thought I was past it. I thought I got the wrong customization on. I should have done Pierce. They already dropped the thing on him. Thought I saw one of those vents around here somewhere. However, I guess not. Yeah, I need to, when I go back to change it up, I'm gonna swap over, or to refill my ammo here in a second. I'm definitely gonna swap over to Piercer. Ow.
Additional supplies have been placed in your sacred's pouch.
Cool, cool, cool. Additional supplies, I got it. Alright, so let's refill our ammo.
Okay, we're on track.
And let's customize our bow guns. That should be Piercer. And that should be Piercer. Well, here, I'll go ahead and save it. Alright, I think that's next phase. Yep, that's next phase. I guess I could go refill again. I got time to kill anyway while he runs up there. That way I'm not having to use any of my materials. But after this one especially, oh, okay, just wasted. Why don't you? After this one, I'll go into open lobbies and everybody is welcome to join if they would like. The only stipulation I have is just that the person is either following or subscribed to the channel depending on platform. Yes, I know. Attack the wing arms. Alright, where are you shooting? Okay. Shoot close.
Things are going our way!
We're doing okay so far. I'm not sure.
Seize this opportunity! Aim for its back! Now's our chance.
Oh yeah, get some. Get some. There we go. See if I can grab the far one real quick.
The nexus to the convergent elder breaker! Attach that to the convergent elder breaker!
Come on.
If it needs charging, I'll do it.
There we go.
Been waiting for this.
Not bad DPS, I guess. It'd be better if he was softened up, but man, it is what it is. As long as we just don't miss the shot, we should be fine. Yeah, we don't have any deaths yet, so we should be fine. Provided that things just don't go absolutely haywire in the final area. He is just so massive. Like his model is just huge. Alright, here we go. Next area. Let's go refill and then we're gonna swap over to our dragon weapon.
It's airborne! Use your sacred to pursue it! You all will come back alive.
Good old dragon ammo. While we're running, we could eat a ration. Our, what you call it, was getting a little bit low. Yeah, it's not too bad. I did two more recordings for the 3rd and 4th episode of Road to Proof of a Hero. They went good. Still no deaths yet, so woohoo, go me. I almost died to the tempered Quematrice, but I had insurance, luckily, so still no deaths officially. Oh god, did it crash on me again? I think it crashed on me again. Man, right as I was getting to the good part, too. Damn it. But yeah, it was going good. Alright. That sucks. Yep. Good old Crapcom. Good old Crapcom, as you say. But it's alright. Not like my PC was overheated or anything. All hell would have broken loose if that was the case. Speaking of which, I tried doing some of those add-ons or mods or whatever you want to call them. I did the Hunter Pie one, and there was another one I tried to do too. Was it just like Monster Hunter Overlay or something, I think it's called? So the Monster Hunter Overlay one I got working, sorta. I didn't really like it though. It was hard to read the text and stuff, so I wasn't really a big fan. And then I tried Hunter Pie, but I guess with the way, excuse me, with the way the applications are ran on Linux, it makes it like really weird for Hunter Pie, and like it's like essentially unusable for me. if I did like a crap ton of tinkering, I might could get it to work. However, you know. It was really cool seeing all the different, what do you call it? Seeing all the different like stats and stuff like that. Like I wish they would just have something like that in the game, you know? Like have something like that in the game for people to be able to use, you know, that'd be awesome. But hey, I just work here, right? All right, make sure we got this good set on. Yeah, I'm just gonna be farming GOG up for a little bit.
Yeah.
I need to get some more parts, roll some more weapons, you know, all that good stuff. I can't remember. I don't think I burned. Yeah, I didn't burn a ticket on that. That's good. You know, silver lining. Yeah. It's not 100% needed. I wish that they would at least just put, you know, at like a bare minimum, put like a health bar in or something like that, or even a DPS meter, just like so you could compare how much damage you're doing, you know. But the games that don't have it, I get why they don't. Like I don't know if you ever played Final Fantasy 14, the online MMO. If they catch you running mods like that, you'll get banned. They're against the terms of service to have mods like that running because they say it fosters like a unhealthy ecosystem within the game when the people start comparing like damage numbers and all that kinds of stuff. So like I understand if that's the stance that, you know, Capcom takes with it. However, you know, on the flip side of that, if it's not the case, then just put something in, you know. But I guarantee you all of the like old school players would complain something fierce. Even though half of the people that play the game use them anyway, right? Kodu, what's going on? Welcome. How you doing tonight? Yeah. If they're already running the DPS meters, you know, if they're already running the DPS meters, you know, if like the add-ons don't violate their terms of service, I don't get why they don't just add that stuff into the game already and make it like optional. Like have a thing in the UI to like turn it on or off, right? At least in my opinion. Good. It's not too bad. Sadly, I was heading into... Ooh, I'm about to die. Whew, thank you, Barrier. I was heading into phase 3 of this a few minutes ago, and the game crashed, so yippee. So I'm just running it again. If you're interested, Kodu, I am doing open lobbies. I will, once I'm done with this one, because I just rejoined a random one on this one, I'm always down to play with people. The only stipulation is that you just have to be followed and or subscribed to the channel. That's the only thing I have. Only stipulation I have. I'm not one of those like crazy people, or you know, when it comes to that kind of thing. But other than that, it's going good. Recorded a few more videos to go up on the channel.
Let's see if we can stagger it. Target its wing arms.
Not sure what you mean by that daily, but all right. If that's supposed to be some political thing, please don't, you know, do political stuff in here. I like talking politics. I'm fine with talking politics, but not on stream. Yeah, exactly. The games are all about fun, you know. You know, it would definitely, to have those add-ons and stuff already in the game, it would definitely help out, you know, the speedrunner guys. You know, it would help people out, and it even would give some recognition to maybe the community that's done them and stuff, you know. Oh, I have no standards, dude. I'm brand new to Monster Hunter in general. I have no standards. My standard is, can you start the game? That's my standard.
We must seize this opportunity.
That is my only standard. Can you start the game? And are you not a douchebag? That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm always down to play with pretty much anybody. I'm not one of those, you know, unless I'm doing something very specific, like if I'm recording something for a video for YouTube or something like that, or playing with like a very specific set of people to like complete some type of challenge. That's the only time I'm not like, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, so don't feel like, especially in PvE games like this, don't sell yourself short when it comes to that kind of stuff. Generally PvE communities, you know, like Monster Hunter and others, you know, similar to Monster Hunter, tend to be very nice and welcoming, more so than PvP type games, from what I've found. I don't know if it's just a PvE versus PvP kind of thing, or it might just be a coincidence. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. But don't feel like you have to be a certain skill level or a certain like hunter rank or any kind of that thing in order to play any kind of lobbies with me. I'm just whatever. I ain't nobody special. The thing was running arena investigations to see clear. Oh wow, yeah. I mean that would work too, I guess. Running the arena quests just to see how fast it is. I don't feel like going to refill again, so I'm just gonna use normal ammo. Or here, I'll just use Pierce. What's your main weapon, Kodu? Are you a bowgun player, or you play something else, or? Play Gunlance. Nice. Nice. Yes, GOG does have an armor set. And I can show it to you. I can show it to you here in a few. Just give me 1 minute to finish up. I've actually got a few pieces of his armor on right now. I have layered armor on that essentially, you know, changes the look of my armor.
It's airborne. Use your sacred to pursue
Got to refill my ammo.
I'm out of here.
But Gunlance is a pretty cool weapon. I've never really played it myself. If you're looking for Gunlance specific tips when it comes to Monster Hunter,
That was a close
Rurikon
one.
is fantastic Monster Hunter creator. I actually watched him way before I even started playing Monster Hunter myself, and he makes a ton of Gunlance guides and stuff like that. And like that's all he plays is Gunlance pretty much. I would recommend looking him up on YouTube if you're interested. He's a pretty big staple in the Monster Hunter community. I'd say that for sure. But yeah, I do wish myself too that they would do some form of DPS meter, you know, kind of thing. But you know, it's kind of whatever.
Every technique you know.
Just to damn it, of course he moves right as I shoot at him. Yeah, he's good people for sure. And if you ever ask him questions and stuff about Gunlance, like if he's streaming or something, he's very approachable. He's a really, really nice guy. Most everybody that I've found in the Monster Hunter community is very, very nice. Like I said, I don't know if it's a like PvE to PvP kind of thing, or if it's just the community in general, you know. Both could be true in a way. So this fight, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have to be HR 100 in order to do this fight. I can't remember for sure, but I believe it's something like that.
Seem to be creating a power. Keep it up. Fall back. A nasty one's coming.
But yeah, I actually started this game myself playing regular Lance. Regular Lance was cool. And honestly, the whole reason I had started playing Lance was because I liked the you know, kind of counterplay style. But me, I always really enjoyed playing like ranged builds and stuff, you know. So I was like, all right, well, I'd like to play a ranged build, but the people that I was watching was like, oh, well, don't play ranged because, you know, as a new player, it's this reason and that reason, basically some BS. And then I was watching a different video, and the guy was like, just play whatever looks fun, honestly, because that's what you're gonna have the most fun with. You know, that's, you know, what you're gonna enjoy, you know, all that kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense, you know. So that's what I started doing. I started playing heavy bowgun, and found a lot of cool heavy bowgun people in the community, and been loving it ever since. But this is my like really first Monster Hunter game that I've really sunk my teeth into. Ow. What the hell? That was like a glitch or something, I guess. That was interesting. But yeah, Rurkon's good people. Let's see, I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. I can't really think of anybody else Gunlance specific. I know some heavy bowgun people, but that was a good shot right there. Stop moving so much.
Now's the time to let loose. No matter the cost.
Oh, big damage. Oh, some big damage right there on those shots. Need some more berries. So I take it the way you're talking, Cody, this is your first Monster Hunter game as well? No, it dodged the wrong way. Where's Rickettating's power? Okay. Did you play, was it Stories? And that what it's called, the turn-based one? That's the only other one that I know of. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, nice. I'm not much of a turn-based player myself. I've watched people play it more than I've played it myself. It definitely looks cool though. But yeah, I'm not much of a turn-based, you know, RPG kind of player. The only real turn-based RPG that I really got into was Expedition 33. I don't even know how to say that new. Zibitsun does Gunlance? I have no idea who that is. Come on, Dragon Gem.
I wonder when our next time.
We can go anytime. Just say the word.
Here, I'll put this one in chat for you as well, Kodu. Old New over in my YouTube chat said that that person also does Gunlance videos. So if you're interested, oh, ZB Tyson, okay. I was struggling trying to pronounce that. Oh, yeah, I spelled it wrong. Yeah, I spelled that way wrong. ZB Tyson. Okay. There you go. That was actually a pretty quick run. I mean, we didn't have a whole bunch of deaths and stuff, so that helps. Any good charms? Nope. I would almost put money on it that the most charms I have gotten have had Horn Maestro. I almost feel like the game is trying to tell me something. Like, the amount of charms that I've gotten with that on it. Oh. My wife's yelling at me. Apparently I was talking too loud. Oops. Apparently I was yelling too loud. That's my bad. Alrighty. Let's see if we have enough money to re-roll some stuff now. I doubt it. Because I was hella low on money.
I'll give it to
Yeah, we got a little bit of money. See how we're doing on our skills here.
Can I proceed?
We can do a few rolls. Sergio's. Nope.
Should I begin?
Juwu's, but no Lord Soul. Hey, there's Gogma Apocalypse. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so I think that's all of them having base Gogma Apocalypse on it, I believe. Except for Thunder. Alright, so let's roll Thunder now.
Can I proceed?
Ebony Odegaron, but I already have that one.
A sage choice.
Sergio's. Nope, nope.
Should I begin?
Gravios. Arkfelds.
Should I begin?
Arkfelds again.
Should I begin?
Fulgur Anjanath. No, that isn't a good one. Because I need Lord Soul on it too.
Proceed?
Chintahad.
Can I proceed?
Gee.
Can I proceed?
Fulgur Anjanath again. Alright. Let's go fight some more.
Leaving already?
We'll have to swap our guns when we get in. If you're to the point where you can fight Gog, you wanted to see his armor. My bad.
Come back anytime.
My bad. My bad. All right, here we go. I'll show you what it looks like. From a. I'm not a big fan of how it looks. I don't think it looks great. Oops. But that's how it looks. Like, I'm not a big fan. I think it looks kind of weird. Like, it looks good thematically, I guess. But overall, I don't feel like it looks... Yeah, like, it doesn't look that great to me. There are some that look really, really good. There are some that look really good. Like, to me... I think probably Arkveld's looks really good. I really like the Arkveld one here. And even the, like, non-Gamma Arkveld one looks pretty good too, if I can find that one. Even the non-Gamma Arkveld looks good, I think. Gore, I think, looks okay. Looks a little too flashy for my liking. I think the new Udra Gamma set looks pretty good. I think that looks cool. But hey, to each their own, right? Like, things that I might find stupid, other people might, you know, think looks good, and vice versa, right? So who am I to judge, right? You know, to each their own, as the goes. Oh yeah, just wear the Galadron head. Like, what if we do the Gog one with the Wud head? Let's do... You can do Sororal. Let's do Sororal with Wud. He's so goofy. Swap held.
My hammer is yours anytime.
I love how his afro jiggles too. I think that's too funny. All right. So if you are up high enough, Kodu, to do this quest, you're more than welcome to join me. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue to run these like SOS flares that I find. There's a lot of good layered pieces like that, to where they really don't provide you anything of merit, I guess you could say. But at the same time, they're like funny, or they look cool, or, you know, they provide like a certain aesthetic or something like that, right? But not to say that they're the most badass looking pieces of armor ever, but not all of them have to be, right? In my opinion, at least. You're not here yet? If you need help with some quests and stuff, I'll be down to help you if you need it. I can try and help with a little bit while I get burned up in this lava. But she's a max potion. If you need help or pointers, or if you like kind of want to do it yourself, hey, I respect that. If you want pointers or something, I'm down to give you some pointers.
Hang in there, everyone.
If not, do it yourself, you know. I'm all for that, you know. I know a lot of people have the, you know, especially in like a single player campaign game, they, you know, don't want the story spoiled or anything like that. So I get it fully. Like we were saying, to each their own, you know, do it as you will. Or if you know, if there is a night that I'm not specifically farming this guy for parts, like in a little while, then I'll probably do some open lobbies, and we can mess around. We can mess around a little bit on whatever you want to do. Ow! Just distracted. Are you in low rank, or are you in high rank? Let's start with that question. Low rank or high rank right now? And I might be able to give you a good tip on either one, if depending on where you're at. And if you think I'm very advanced, Mr. New over in my YouTube chat, he's HR 999, so he's way ahead of even where I am.
All units, eyes open. Don't get caught up in it.
The magma's rising.
I got lots of stuff to do to catch up to him.
Be careful.
Whee! Reload our ammo. I need to buy some more fire ammo here pretty soon. So you're in low rank, okay. So I would tell you in low rank, don't necessarily worry about farming gear too hard because it's all gonna be outdated the second you hit high rank. Get you like a nice set with, you know, what works, you know, what skills you're kind of going for. But past that, don't spend a whole lot of time grinding for gear unless you want to. You know, like I said, to each their own kind of thing. But don't think that you like necessarily have to. The main story campaign in this game, they actually made much easier comparatively to other games from what I heard. So that was one big recommendation that somebody gave to me as well, that don't spend a whole lot of time necessarily farming gear in low rank because of that specifically.
Leave the charging to me.
But if you want to, and you want to farm up every piece of gear, you're a completionist kind of player, hey, I get it. Go for it. Do your thing. Wait till I get the... Okay, yeah. So you'll get the wide gear you're talking about once you start fighting the like arch-tempered versions of monsters. Once you get into the later stages of the game, I think it's HR 100 is when those become available, if I remember right.
Waiting for this.
Shooting him right in the mouth. But yeah, that is the good thing with games like this, is that you can kind of play them and do kind of whatever you want. Like even once you're in high rank, you can still go back and farm up the low rank gear if you wanted to. You know? If that's what you want to do and you want to be a completionist and you have fun doing that, go for it. Nobody's gonna stop you. Ooh, we got us a wound there. Got us a wound. Gunlance was pretty cool though. The bit that I've seen people play it, it's got some cool combos for sure. Heavy bowgun, we don't really have combos. We have attack, aim, and block. But then we have all of our ammos, and finding out when to use the ammos correctly is really the learning curve when it comes to that, and positioning. You know, finding where you need to hit the monster and that kind of thing. Ow.
Get clear.
Attack it with everything you have.
But I know people, like you know, I was saying, as far as, you know, to each their own. I know people who think ranged weapons are stupid and they're the worst thing that could ever happen in a Monster Hunter game and all that kind of stuff. Yet I've met tons of people, including myself, that absolutely love them. So to each their own, as they say, right? But how are you enjoying the game so far, given that you're a brand new player as well? Coming over from stories, it sounds like.
No better time to go on the offensive.
Get some. Yeah, the Wyvern Heart little minigun there, that's one of the things that really turned me on to heavy bowgun. I think it's so cool. Alright, phase 3, here we come. Hopefully we don't crash this time.
It's airborne! Use your sacred to pursue it!
I'll be able to see it no matter where it goes.
All right, let's go. Swap our weapons over to dragon ammo.
Well, I'm out of here.
But yeah, if you ever need help, you know, maybe with a specific boss, or you just want to do some hunts or something, just let us know. We're always down to help. You know, provide some tips if necessary, if you're wanting to kind of do it yourself, or we can all hop in hunts together and not necessarily carry you through the fights, but you know, play alongside of you to help if you need it. You know,
Compact anti-weapon.
if you feel so inclined, that is.
Feel this final form! Use every technique you know!
Gotta have the low rank builds. Oh yeah. I don't know why I'm standing here trying to load up to shoot him when I have no wyvern gun. Oh yeah, right to the face. Oh yeah, let me do like one more of these and stay down. There we go. Abuse those iframes. Yeah, we can hop in some with you.
We seem to be containing its power. Keep it up.
They never ask for you to play. I ask for you to play all the time, dude, but you're always too busy working or something, you know. Apparently you have to make this stuff called money or something, like, you know, that you allegedly need to make or something like that.
Wyvern gun.
Okay, hey, it's no problem, man. Appreciate the follow. Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Let's go on the offensive.
Hey, it's got money has all of us in shackles, dude. But I'm on pretty much most nights. New is on pretty much most of the time during the day.
Active on the offensive.
So yeah, we're always down to help those in need when it comes to it. You know, the way I look at it a lot, especially with PvE games like this, you know, everybody started somewhere. You know, like even the players who are 16,000 hours, you know, into the game now and everything like that, right? They all started somewhere in Monster Hunter. So in my opinion, I'm like, why be a douchebag about, you know, oh well, you only did this amount of damage or something like that, right? Or you died and we lost. Like, it's a PvE game, bro. Like, calm down. But there's just so many elitist people out there that, you know, it gets annoying. But I try to not be that way, like I said, unless I'm doing something very, very specific. For me, I'd rather play with people and have a good time than, you know, try to be a try-hard, I guess you could say. Ooh, that hit a weak spot, or a wound? I didn't see a wound. Ooh, that was a big spot. But at least from watching me do this fight, you should have a pretty decent idea as to what to do whenever you get here. It's not too bad of a fight overall. You will get one shot constantly, just like that guy did. So just be ready for that. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten Yeah, Slinger Simulator, exactly. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten one shot tonight, because usually that's my specialty, is getting one shot in this fight. Yeah, new jokes that this phase is Slinger Simulator. There's many people in the community who are not a fan of it because it's Slinger Simulator in this third phase. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool to have variations of different fights and everything, you know, but I don't know. People just like to be mad about stuff, you know? Stop moving so far.
Been waiting for this.
Ooh, a wound. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely fun. Like I said, the biggest issue I have with it is all the one shots, and even that's not really like so bad of a thing. Like it adds difficulty, you know, and that kind of thing to it. But
Compact anti-wiper gun.
I know you can dodge this!
2 minutes of gameplay and 8 hours complaining online. Yeah, more or less.
Got its power.
That's just the internet in general, though. Like people just love to complain, you know. At least when I complain, I try to come up with a helpful solution, like the thing with Foray that we were talking about the other day. Like I'm sitting here like, okay, well, if I'm unhappy with the current state of statuses, then what would I like to see changed about it? You know, that kind of thing. But there's so many people out there, that, especially on the internet, that just want to complain just to complain. They can't read. I don't think I've ever seen that one. That's interesting. I wonder where that came from. I thought that was just hammer players that can't read. Ow. Oh, now he's spazzing out. Ow, and then I waste a shot. Ah, he shot it over my head. Yay, we did it. We did it. Did we chop his tail? I don't think we did. This big motherfucker over here. But yeah, the fight overall is really cool. So this is the 9-star version. There is actually a 10-star version as well. I haven't even attempted the 10-star version. I have no need or want to. Eventually I might give it a shot, but for right now I have no reason to. You know, I think you get like a little bit of a like a cosmetic thing. Yeah, there's lots of 10 stars. There's actually a decent amount of 10 stars. So one quest that I'm actually building up to now, I'm still trying to get my builds together and everything for it. I'll show you real quick. So it's called Proof of a Hero. It's kind of like the pinnacle hardest quest, I guess you could say. Or at least a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
You know that one? Yeah. So I'm currently going through for challenges, you know, and posting videos and stuff, that I'm going through all of the 8, 9, and 10 star quests solo. I'm currently through the first 4. I've completed these, but I've only posted this one so far. I've got to make it through all these. I'm going to try to do all of them solo and like rack up like a death counter and stuff to see how many times I actually die doing it. But yeah, so you have 10 star New Udra, 10 star Raydao, 10 star Uthduna, Raydao, New Udra, and Jindahad, and then Arkveld. But Proof of a Hero is just New Udra and then these 3 here. And you have to kill all of them in the arena. It's... oof. Like, even the thing for it just looks nuts, seeing all 4 of them sitting there. Like... whew. That is something, you know? But let's go do some
Alright,
rolls.
let me know if you
And
change
after
your
these
mind.
rolls, I might just do some like random SOSs or something.
Ancient Jag.
All right,
I'll give it
we
a
need a good roll. Nope, wrong one.
Can I proceed?
Eh,
Can I proceed?
I need Gogpocalypse. Gormagalas, but I've already got one with Gormagalas, I believe. Yeah, I've already got one with Gormagalas.
Should I begin?
That's the other one that I currently have. I need Gogpocalypse. So she is
Can I proceed?
last roll. Klinganga, nah. Alright, who do we want to go try to fight? Let's go fight Mr. Raydao. I like fighting Raydao. He's my favorite. Let's go do us an old 10-star Raydao.
Yeah.
I got some stuff from him I need to farm up anyway. Yeah, we are not doing this solo. We'll do it with some support hunters. So you said that you came over from Stories. Did you play the first couple Stories games too? And then you played the third one, and that's kind of what got you into it? Or did you just like start with Stories 3?
Have everything?
Yeah, I've watched way more people play that than I've actually played it. That's one of those games that I just get more enjoyment from, you know, watching more than playing, I guess. When you were eventually allowed to. Okay, that's cool. Your first ever game, wow. Big milestone there. My like very first game was way back in the day. My very first one was probably one of the first Sonic games. Because I'm old. Yeah, probably the original Sonic. Good times, good times. Good times. Back before bills and all that stuff. Worrying about health insurance and yeah, I want to get into a little bit of emulation. Me and New over here were talking about that the other night. About trying to do maybe an emulation of some of the older Monster Hunter games. You know, to try and play through those. I think it'd be fun to see, like, you know, kind of where the franchise came from. Where it came from, you know, how it's evolved, that kind of stuff. Oh damn, I need to eat. Eat just a couple rations real quick. Alright, there we go. I love this fight so much. This fight is so cool. We need our flash pods. What the hell? Yeah, I'd eventually like to try to get into that eventually. I already have World and Rise that I bought that I'm gonna play through. Because they now that I've gotten into this one, those intrigue me way more. You know, still kind of modern, but not the newest ones, I guess you could say. And there's still a lot of people who play them non-stop, you know. But the older ones, like that were just on like mobile consoles and stuff, like PSP or like DS and stuff like that, I never played any of them. Never played any of them. I wonder if I'd be able to find some emulation of them. That's something I'll definitely have to look into. Rise and Ultimate 4, yeah. I know a lot of people really like Rise. People, there seems like there's a general divide when it comes to like which one people enjoy. It's like people either love World or love Rise. Like I haven't found too many people that legitimately love both of them. You know, I get it. It's different kind of art styles and things like that, so I understand it, you know. But it's, you know, once again, it's subjective, to each their own kind of stuff, so. Dodge! Whew. Barely missed me there. Yeah, 10-star raid out is good times. It's a lot of fun. I don't think he's my most fought. I think my most fought is still Lagiacris or Lagiacris, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Just because I was trying to farm up some materials for him and it took me ages to get some of them. So, you know, good times. But raid out's definitely my favorite fight. Oh, here comes the big one. Arc build's probably up there for me too. Arc build's definitely like my second favorite fight. Yep. Alright, where are we going? Where are we going? He's flying away somewhere. Let's teleport over there and refill. The one thing that kind of that kind of irks me now about older games, and it's just a stupid thing, but I guess it's just, you know, the way I've evolved as a player over time. Is like some of the older games that don't have as good a graphics, you know, as like the newer stuff. I try to get all the Blanganga armor. Yeah. Is there like a specific thing you're trying to get for him? Like a specific piece? Like a beast gem or something like that? Because if so, investigations would probably be a good way to get those. Some pieces have really low drop rates, and it's best to use investigations to farm those up from what I've found. Okay, so he actually has to be on the ground. There we go. In order for the trap to get him. Come on. Oh shit. Okay, luckily that wasn't the huge one. That was a big one, but that wasn't the huge one. Are you good, man? So there's a couple wikis. I don't know how seriously you're like looking to try to farm up all that stuff. If you're interested in finding out how to get it, there's some pieces you have to get strictly from like breaking stuff, like breaking their head or breaking their leg or whatever it may be, right? So I would look up the piece on the wiki you're trying to get and see if maybe it's something like that. You know, maybe it's, you have to break the head or something like that, right? You know, in order to get it. And then when you do, it's a guaranteed drop or like a 90% drop or whatever, right? So I would check that out to see if maybe it's something like that. That might be why you're having such a hard time doing it. Other times it just takes time. Like, that's always a possibility too. Dodge. Divine blessing. Yeah, give it a look. Just search, like, just do like a quick Google search for like the part that you need. You know, put like Blanganga Whisker Monster Hunter Wilds or something like that, and there's a few different wikis out there that people have made that you should be able to find that kind of stuff. And they should give you a nice little readout as far as, you know, how to get the part. You know, and things like that. Some of the parts, so I will say, like later on, especially once you get to high rank, there are some high rank pieces that you actually get the pieces for, like building like a Blanganga set or something from a different monster. So that always could be the case too, potentially. I haven't really ever farmed too much of the low rank stuff, so I can't comment on the low rank armor specifically. But I can take a look at it potentially for you if you need me to. Alright, if I die, I die. I gotta paint this person real quick. Alright. Sorry about that. Love when people come in and try to advertise their little bot spam things. still don't get that, like why people even would buy viewers like that. Like it makes no sense, but I mean, I guess for some of the younger people who are like really trying to make it, they feel that like that's a way for them to get seen or something. I don't know. I just do this for fun, you know. Like I was talking about the other night during my stream. If I ever make any money from it, cool. I already have a career, you know. I'm doing okay in it. I make, you know, pretty decent money doing that. So anything I can make extra from this, you know, to pay off bills or pay for diapers or whatever, I'm cool with. If I could potentially turn it into like a full-time job thing one day, cool. You know, I'd be all for that, but it's not like my main focus or main goal or something like that, you know? We all don't have that influencer money like New Peak AG over here. He's got to be getting pretty weak. I guess we've only been fighting him for about 15 minutes now. Usually his fight takes me about 20 minutes. Somebody said you could run away. I know with being new to the game as well, do you have any maybe questions about the game? I can try to answer anything. Like some of the stuff I might know, some of the stuff I might not, just because I'm, you know, newer as well. But I'll do my best to help you find an answer. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, thank you, barrier. Half of my job is finding answers, so I've gotten pretty good at finding answers, even if I don't know or the answer or something like that, so. Oh yeah, nice damage on the wings. Nice damage on the wings. Eventually I want to make a set, I want to make a build with every like set skill and see if I can find something. Okay. Hey. I'm always down for questions, man. Like I said, I'll do what I can to answer. Or if there's something, you know, that you're curious on but don't want like a full explanation on or something like that, just let me know. You know, like I've said, I don't want to ruin anything for you if you're trying to figure stuff out, but if you have questions, I'll do what I can to try to answer. I need a refill, but I don't want to run over there and him destroy my destroy my thing. My little tent thing over there. But you'll get there, man. A lot of PvE games like this is just time investment. You know, playing more, figuring out, you know, kind of the systems that they have in place. You know, experience is gonna breed more, you know, breathe more life into your gameplay than anything else, really. More experience with the monsters, more experience with your weapon or weapons if you play multiplayer. Like if you decide to play something other than Gunlance one day. But, you know, just have fun with it. Enjoy the game. This isn't any of our jobs. This isn't, you know, something we have to take super duper serious, so just have fun with it. That's how I always, you know, try to approach things like that. I am really interested to see what they do with the expansion. But we still got a while before that happens. By that time, I'll probably have played through World and Rise, and hell, maybe even some of the other ones. Maybe some of the older ones if I can find decent emulation for them. Oh, he flew over here. Okay. Mina's just over here destroying all the wounds. Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it, I think they said it's supposed to be March of 27. So if you think about that, that's only, you know, we're in July already. It'll be 2027 in roughly 5 months. So if it's March, you figure not even a year from now, the expansion will be out. You know, if you want to look at it, glass half full kind of thing. You know, a little optimist kind of stuff for you. And too, the way I like to think about it too is that I know once that comes out, I'm going to be neck deep in that. So the fact that it gives me, you know, another, you know, 8-9 months to be able to play through World and Rise, you know, I'm hyped for that. And plus, I still have a lot of things in this base game that I want to accomplish too. You know. I know. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm with you there with you too, man. I just hit Hunter rank 500 today. And I've had the game since it came out. But I stopped playing for a while after I beat the base game. Oh yeah, give me that wound. But yeah, I eventually want to craft everything. I want to try to get all the achievements, you know, real collectionist kind of stuff. Oh, my food buff ran out. I was wondering why my health went way down like that. But yeah, there's still a lot of things in this game I want to accomplish first, you know, in the base game. And then it'll come to, you know, once I get into World and Rise and stuff, I'll have to decide what I want to do in that. Because those are like fully fledged out games with expansions and end games and all that kind of stuff, right? So there's a lot of stuff to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, big deeps, big deeps. I'm working on getting chat on the screen as well. I have the ability to do it, but the problem with how it is right now is that I need to put like a background on it, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. I was having some issues doing that, so when I had chat on the screen before, so you could see like the YouTube chat and stuff as well, the background was like clear and everything, you know, so it made it reading, you know, for those reading at least really hard in my opinion, so I just turned it off for now. But that way you and anybody in the YouTube chat have the ability to, you know, interact if so fit. You can see what they're talking about and things like that too. That's the thing I'll probably work on tomorrow or the next day. I have all ideas. Uh-oh, here comes the big one. Hey, we did it.
Good work. Why don't we go take a break?
We did it.
Call me again sometime.
But yeah, I'm super excited for the expansion, but excited, but trying not to rush it, you know?
A quality material.
Which I think a decent amount of people are like that too.
This thing's a trouble.
Unless you're, you know, one of the like full-time creators for this game, you know, that you've played this game like pretty much non-stop since it came out. So damn, only 2? Oh, but one of them's orange. That's not terrible. Level 3 offensive guard, 1 flayer, and an attack slot. That's not terrible. Could be better for sure, but not terrible. All right, I got a few minutes left. Let's eat us something. Actually, let's just go eat a regular meal and not use one of our vouchers. Maybe there'll be some cool investigations up that I can do. Let's go back to our spread build. Going old shotgunny. Let's see. Let's see what investigations are up right now. Maybe there will be a fun investigation somewhere to do. There's Agenda Hod. I could do that. Tempered Laggy. Yeah, it really does. It really does look so good. I don't think I remember seeing the food in Stories 3 when I've been watching it, but yeah, the food in Wilds looks really, really good. I actually saw, funnily enough, if I can find it, I'll try and post it into the chat or something later. But I'm pretty sure I saw a YouTube channel where the person like specialized. They were like a, not like a pro chef, but like a home chef or whatever you want to call it. And all they made on their channel was Monster Hunter dishes. So they would go through all of the different Monster Hunter games and any of the different dishes that they had in them, that's what they would make. And I thought that was really cool.
Okay, let's be on our way.
All right, we got a drink. Where's my hot drinks? There it is. I passed it. Derp. Yeah, if I see it, I'll try and save it, and then so that way I can send it to you the next time. It looks really cool.
That's our cue. I'll follow your lead.
Good old Jindy Hod. Rah. This fight's pretty cool too. All of them honestly are fun. Like I love all these fights so far.
Come on, Horny. Those in the back.
I know I think from what somebody told me is that for melee, probably this fight or either this fight or Ray Dow is the hardest arc ever now. For me, it's I'd probably say either Arkfeld or Uthuna. Just because of the nature of the monster and like how they operate and stuff like that. I feel like those are maybe a bit harder, but ow. Yeah, there's a lot of really talented people out there. There's like some people who do like Monster Hunter art, and they do like drawings and stuff of Monster Hunter, and then they go fight the monster that they just drew and things like that. Like it's really, there's some really, really talented people out there. I have the artistic ability of like a 4-year-old, so art is not my thing.
Sorry, I'm the clingy type.
I like seeing the art more so than doing it myself. Like one thing I've really been getting into the last like year and a half to 2 years is Warhammer. Not like the tabletop stuff, but just Warhammer in general. And seeing like all the stuff that people, you know, all the minis that people paint and all that good stuff is really cool. But I know, like, just watching that, I'm like, yeah, I could never do that. There's a lot of really fun PvE Warhammer games as well. I've definitely been dipping my toe into them. Yeah, artsy stuff is no bueno for me. My sister got all the artsy ability in our family. I got the technical ability, she got the art stuff, which I'm happy with, you know. I appreciate art, but I am not artistic whatsoever. Same, yeah. Yep. My daughter is very artistic too. I'm getting her to design my next tattoo actually. Whenever she gets around to it. She's almost 13, so she's got a busy schedule, you know. I was hoping to be able to knock him down there, but I guess not. What platform do you play on? The PCs, yep. Are you on PC? Or are you on, was it PlayStation and Xbox, or is it just PlayStation that Monster Hunter's on? I can't remember. Xbox? Nice. I was always more of an Xbox person myself. I really liked PlayStation when I played console back in the day. But I was always just a little bit more of a fan of the Xbox exclusives, you know, Halo, Gears of War, that kind of stuff, which is really what kind of kept gravitating me towards Xbox. And also back then there was no games that were cross-play or anything, so you could only play with, you know, people on your system, right? And all of my like IRL friends for the most part had Xboxes, so I would always get an Xbox just to be able to play with them.
Monster down! Let's go!
Oh yeah, big deeps. Damn it, stop yelling at me. Oh, it's going to the next area. No, it's too far to drop on him. Damn it. Oh well. Let's grab one of those. That's cool. Yeah, so this was, when I say back when I had a console, this was 2010, 2009. So it's been a couple years. And honestly, the majority of the reason that I had more consoles back then too was was more so strictly because I was working at GameStop at the time, and I needed, like, you know, the extra knowledge of how things work to be able to sell more shit, right? So, but at the same time, like, it, once I got into PCs and realized that, hey, I could play on PC, I was like, yeah, I'm going PCs for forever now. But I don't knock people that still play on console. You know, there was a guy that I was in the army with that I asked, you know, he like strictly played on console and he would never play on anything else. And I asked him, I'm like, you know, why is it that you only play on Xbox? You never play on PC? Because he definitely had the technical ability, you know, to figure it out kind of thing. But he made the point, he's like, well, at the time, you know, he's like, console is much more accessible for me because he's like, at the end of the night, you know, I get on after like my kids go to bed and I have like maybe an hour to play, right? And he's like, I can just pop in a disc, kill some zombies, and then go to bed. And I'm like, hey, that's fair, you know, like, he's like, I don't want to have to troubleshoot a bunch of stuff on PC, and you know, I'm like, hey, I get it, you know? And that makes total sense. For somebody who wants that ease of use, you know, having either a console or like even a Steam machine now, the way those are popping up, or like a Steam Deck or something like that. Good old Jindahad. But if you're ever in the market for a handheld, I highly recommend Steam Deck. I got a Steam Deck and I love it. I only really use it on like road trips and stuff. Like we just took a trip up to see some of my sister's family, and I brought it with me and played it, you know, whenever I could the whole time we were there, and it did great. Which maybe, with you being an Xbox guy, I don't know too much about them, but I know they have that Xbox, was it the Xbox ROG Ally or something like that? Maybe that could be one for you if you're into handhelds. But, or maybe you want something that's not Xbox at all, then I would recommend, definitely recommend a Steam Deck. They're awesome. Oh, Kai mounted him. Switch, yeah. If I was to get a non-Steam handheld, I would get a Switch, for sure. Just because the Nintendo games are ones that like never come out on PC, and you know, I would like to have more games to play rather than the same amount on a different platform, right? So I would definitely go for Switch as well, probably. If I had, you know, obviously, like if I had the money and I felt like I had the need for it, you know, at my age now, I'm very careful and rational about how I spend my money because, you know, I got kids, I got a wife that I gotta provide for, bills, and, you know, all that good adult stuff. All that fun adult stuff. But yeah, Switches, I've messed around on a Switch that one of the guys I used to work with had, and they were a lot of fun. You know, playing Mario Kart and, you know, all the typical You know, just all the typical Nintendo games, Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers, Luigi stuff, Kirby, etc., right? Broke his noggin. This 9-star version is so much easier now that I've been farming the 10-star one. Of course they did 2 over here. Switch is a good choice though. I know Nintendo feels some kind of way about people emulating their devices and stuff, so. But of the gaming companies that are out there, like, you know, the big 4 between you know, Xbox, Microsoft, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and then Steam. I probably obviously trust Steam the most because of their business practices and everything. But if I was to pick a second, it'd be Nintendo, probably. Woo. Hey, we got him. We got him.
That's that then. It's work.
The thing that shocked me probably the most about my Steam Deck is the size of it. Like, I know you've obviously talked about Switch and you've held a Switch. Steam Decks and like the other like Steam Deck-ish kind of ones are so massive because they have to fit so much hardware in that little space, right? Like, look at this. Let me show you. Like, let me show you real quick. Let's see if I got a good drop. Nah, probably not much of anything. Artillery and burst, that's not terrible. With a level 3 gem. Poison functionality. What is that? Oh, sure. They make it sound like it's something actually important. Alright, so let me show you this. Let me get my Steam Deck out. Just to show you, like, the size of this damn thing. Let me swap over to the full cam so you can get a better idea. So when I do use a controller, I don't use it very often, but when I do use a controller, I have an Xbox Series X controller. So here's my Xbox Series X controller. Now compare it to the size of the Steam Deck. This thing is massive. Yeah. But it's great. Like the screen's big enough, you know, so you're able to see it. This is one of the OG models, not even like the newer OLED ones. But yeah, I love it for the little bit that I've messed on it and played it, and even my daughters played on it too when we were, you know, driving and stuff like that on our road trip, and she loves it too. Like half the time we were sitting there, she's like, "Dad, can I play on the Steam Deck?" I'm like, "Ah, I was about to play on it, child." But let's see if there's any other good investigations up right now. Guardian de Shagama. with a guaranteed beast gem. Let's at least go save that. Nope, let me switch back. Do that. Create quest. Save investigation. Let's go farm us up some beast gems. Yeah, it's massive, but it works great. Battery life on it was still really good too, I thought. Like full on playing a game in performance mode, I got like 4 hours out of it, which I thought was pretty good. I mean, it's the first handheld I've owned since my Game Boy Color, so... Or no, Game Boy Advance. I had a Game Boy Advance. And a Game Boy Color, but the Advance came after the Color. Rawr. Come on. Yeah, rawr. Ooh, he's knocked over. Not really a big fan of his hit zones, but it's not doing too bad so far. There you go, y'all keep knocking him out, and I'll keep raining down the damage. Ooh, favorite fight is definitely Ray Down. So when I say these, they will be from the perspective of a heavy bowgun user. So you might actually have some different ones, but for me, Ray Down is the best. Even followed probably a little bit by Arkveld, just because I think Arkveld is a really, really cool monster, and I like the fight, even though it's really hard for heavy bowgun. Unless you're a heavy bowgun master, like new BKG over here. Or one of those speed runners that's ran it 65,000 times. Least favorite. It's a good question. Least favorite. Oh, you got Nat? Okay, oh wait. Let me know if you can hear me, let me know when it's over. Stupid ass ads.
It's on its last legs. What's your move?
Yunkuku or Glunganga for you? I don't know. I kind of like Yunkuku. He's kind of derpy. It's not really eventful. Hard matchup, yeah, I get that. I can see Yunkuku, I guess. It's hard to pick because I like all of the different monsters for their own quirks, I guess you could say. But Kodu, let me know when your ad is over. Gotta love Twitch and all their freaking ads everywhere. Here, I'm thinking of it. Okay, I think the ad is over. It's okay. So I don't know how much you heard. So my favorite fight is Raidao. Second favorite is probably Arkveld, even though it's a harder matchup for heavy bowgun. As far as my least favorite,
Monster yourself, huh?
least favorite, it's hard for me to pick. Obviously, I have one. Omega. And the only reason I really say Omega is because not that it's a bad fight, it's just my least favorite. Given the fact that what's the word? Like you can get, and I don't think you've gotten to Omega yet, so I won't ruin anything, but there's a lot of one-shots, and there's a part in the fight where it's a okay, you've seen all the stuff for it. So there's a part in the fight where he spawns a Nursilla, and you have to kill the Nursilla to spawn this bubble, and if you don't do that, the fight's over. Like, you just lose. It wipes everybody. I'm not really a big fan of stuff like that, especially when there's like a crap ton of other things going on. However, like, I get it. You know, I don't think it's necessarily a bad fight. It's just not my favorite one, you know? Like, if I look at... Let's look at my hunting log. I've hunted a good amount of just about everything for the time that I've played. Like, I've hunted 53 Chatacabras. A lot of these were from Every Hunter's Dream. I've hunted 45 Lalabarinas, 56 Congolas, 42 Balaharas, 38 Doshagamas, 35 Ajarakan, 31 Hirabamis. Yeah, like I've hunted a decent amount of pretty much everything. Rompompolo I haven't really done too many of, but I'm waiting to farm out the 10. There's actually a 10-star Rompompolo, and I'm waiting to get my ass kicked by him. Yeah, I'd probably say Omega or maybe Balahara, just from the simple fact that Balahara just like burrows under the ground so much, and it like you just have to kind of sit there and wait for him so much. Or Omega, definitely. Omega's my least completed one by far. I haven't even attempted to do Savage yet. And I probably won't until only 44 New Udra. Yeah, New Udra's been real hard for me. I had a really tough time for the longest time, not realizing that I could either use a skill or take the cold drink to not get hurt by his stuff, you know? Because he has like that aura when he's on fire that he burns you with. Octopus, best monster type, yeah. I think it's a really cool fight for sure. Biased. I mean, it's a cool fight for sure. It's just I've had a really tough time fighting the harder versions of him. Only the AT version still, like, you know, it's in general to me, like, I feel like there's a number of fights, and you can comment on this too, probably, obviously. Kodu, I don't know how much you'd be able to comment just with how new you are, but you're still welcome to. I feel like the difficulty goes from like super easy, and then it's like you hit a peak, and then it's like super hard all at the same time, you know? So it's like there's not like a middle challenge really for a lot of the monsters. It's like they're either stupid easy or stupid hard. At least that's the way I feel. And a lot of it too could be matchup based. You know, like when I was playing on Lance before, like you talked about, you know, Blanganga, the devs shot themselves in the foot. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like Blangongo, when I was playing Lance at the very beginning, I thought that monster was super easy. But now that I'm playing heavy bowgun, and he's constantly jumping up my dick hole the whole time, it makes it a little more difficult. Most of the monsters, at least in the story, were jokes, but the stupid fire octopus is so hard. Yeah, that's new Udra. That's new Udra. Yeah, they definitely have a weird difficulty curve for it as well. Yeah, for sure. Especially, like, I already know the 3 Blangonga event quest, I'm gonna have a time and a half doing that solo. I'm really gonna have to use the gate wisely, I'll say. But I don't necessarily think there's any bad monsters or bad fights per se. Just some that aren't my favorites, you know? Each monster is what they are. Still stuck at sub 5 for Ice Monkey. Eh? I mean, I find it a decent amount of them. 44. 144, captured 6. Arkfeld, I have 86. Let's see who my most is. So Arkfeld might be my most hunted, actually. Gormagala is really hard, too, for heavy bowgun. Need to get 330. See, you Mr. Speedrunner? I need to get 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Zoshia might be my least, actually. Or no, Arkfeld's my most, I think. Omega's definitely my least. Oh no, Quematrice. I forgot about Quematrice. That's kind of a cop-out though, because I farmed a lot of every hunter's dream, and there's 5 of them in there, so I feel like it's Arkfeld. Arkfeld, I feel like it's my most. But yeah, Kudu, that was one of the big, I remember from the launch, other than the performance issues that a lot of people had, including myself. A lot of people were complaining about the difficulty in the story. Now, I get what they went for. They went for an easier story so people could get the story experience without having to, like, grind super hard for gear and stuff like that. So I get that aspect of it. Although at the same time, maybe have like a difficulty setting for the story. That might be an option. Have like a story mode where it's like this and it's super easy or something. Didn't cart to Arc or any other monster, but that octopus I carted twice. Hey, there's been plenty of quests that I've failed, man. Like Gormagala, like you haven't gotten to it yet, but I'll show it to you real quick. There's a Gormagala quest. I think it's an optional if I remember right. Yeah, this one. So it's a 9-star Gormagala, tempered. You have to be HR 100, and you can't use SOS flares. So no multiplayer, no support hunters except for one. There's one support hunter and your Palico that fights with you. And let me tell you, as heavy bowgun, it is so hard. It was so hard for me. I swear I failed this thing probably 50 times, 40, 50 times before I passed it. It was so tough. But for the longest time, Steve here was a big challenge for me, and Lagiacris, however you pronounce it. I've heard so many different ways to pronounce him. Now, sadly, all the new players are stuck in base game without a real way besides SOS. Yeah. Yeah, the difficulty of the story isn't, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think the difficulty for the story is a bad thing, but I think maybe having a like story mode and then like a hard mode for, you know, people who want the challenge, right? The people who have been playing since Monster Hunter 2 or whatever, right? You know, that have been playing forever and they want that challenge in the story mode. They want to grind to make the story harder, I guess, but you know, to give people that freedom. But I don't know, just my 2 cents. But I know games like, especially the Souls games, you know, like we've talked before, they don't really have a difficulty slider or anything. It's just hard. So maybe that's what I'll do one time for y'all to laugh at me, is try to play Elden Ring or some of the older Souls games, and y'all can laugh me just to get absolutely demolished just because I'm so bad at them. But
I'm happy
alrighty,
outside.
I just realized it's after midnight and I need to get to bed. So let's go ahead and save that real quick. Elden Ring's a good one to start, in my opinion. The easiest of the Souls games. Okay, so quick story time for you. I told New this the other night. When it comes to Souls games. So I told you I used to work at GameStop. This was back in 2009, 2010 timeframe. There's or at least there used to be a thing at GameStop where you were allowed to like essentially check out a game, so you could like rent it, take it home, play it for a few days, and then bring it back, you know, like a knowledge thing, so that way if somebody came in and asked about the game, you could speak on it, right? So I was having trouble deciding what game I wanted to play. You know, I had already tried most everything that I wanted to. So I asked my boss at the time, who was my manager, and I was like, "Hey, you got any recommendations for games that I should try?" And he's kind of thought for a second. He's like, "You like RPGs?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're fun. You know, I could dig a good RPG." And he was like, "Have you tried Demon Souls?" And this was OG Demon Souls. Like, there was no Dark Souls yet. This was just Demon Souls. And I had never heard of it. And I was like, what is it? He's like, it's RPG, kind of medieval type, you know, setting. He's like, but it's difficult. He's like, I'll tell you, it's difficult. I'm like, okay. So I took it home. I got off work at about 9:30 that night. I stayed up till 2 or 3 a.m. that night playing this game, playing Demon Souls. I didn't get past the first area. I died so many times. So many times I died. And like, I went back into work the next day and told him, and he just started laughing. He's like, dude, the game is so difficult, but that's part of what makes it fun, you know, is the difficulty. And then you finally get that, you know, that rush when you are fighting a boss like 200 times and you finally beat him. You know, it's like, oh, finally, yes. Difficulty isn't the problem, it's ease of access. There has to be friction for players to experiment. Like you were saying, Blunganga is easy for Lance, hard for HBG. Yeah, I get that, for sure. That makes sense. And there is, to an extent, with that. Because I mean, you could argue that like any of the flying monsters are hard for melee. You know, like Rathian or Rathalos or the Guardian version of Rathalos, right? You know, some of those ones are probably pretty difficult for melee. Before you have like all the stuff to be able to like flash them out of the sky and trap them and all this other kinds of stuff, right? But I can't believe I'm almost at 360 hours in this game now. That's a crap ton. That is a crap ton. But alrighty. So that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging. Have a great rest of your day at work. I got to get to bed. I got work tomorrow. Yay, adulting stuff. But I will probably be back tomorrow night, depending on what's going on with the kiddos and everything. I should still be on. I got to edit up some of those videos and get those posted. Kodu, appreciate the chat. Appreciate you hanging. Appreciate the follow. Welcome, welcome. I'll work on getting the chat onto the screen so that way you guys can communicate with each other. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Peace.
I've been flying from town to town.